Oldie but a goodie.
Hold your butts. It's time for Jet Set Classic.
Oldie but a goodie.
Jet Set Radio. Beats on the break.
The only show which will answer if fish have tails. It's Jet Set Radio Future Bingo. Spoiler alert, they do. Two teams of Rudies are about to race through the streets of Tokyo to complete their bingo board objectives. For every soul and character they unlock, they'll receive a point. If a team manages to cover an area in graffiti, they'll get a whopping 3 points. But they better watch their backs, because it's first come, first serve around these parts. Only one team can claim each square, and we don't hand out no consolation prizes for second place losers. Ha 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 ha! If a team can work together and mark 5 squares in a row, column, or a diagonal, they'll secure a bingo and be rewarded with a 2-point bonus. Ooh! Oh, and one final thing. Don't forget, this game is all about working together with your teammate. So any tape pickups, stolen locks, and graffiti completions will be synced between team members. Don't try to solo it alone, you jackass. All right, let's hit this joint. It's time for another round of Jet Set Radio Bingo!
And the bartender told them they don't serve time travelers here. Hello everyone and welcome back to another match of Jet Set Radio Future Bingo Season 7. I am Ace Bats and we're about to kick off another exciting match. Our first team today is a team that features a long-standing bingo titan and their newest apprentice. They're ready to show the rest of us how it's done. Just don't ask about their team name. Draped in dark blue, we have Call Me John and Misk from Team Puma. Our second team today is a team that knows the value of both a good offense and a good defense when the newspaper gets delivered. In the purple corner, we have Shovelclaws and Vane from #Bark at the Mailman. And commentating this match today, we have the duo that walked into a bar. It's Twinkachu and Miku DS.
Hello, everybody. We have more bingo. We're back.
What's up, chat? Thank you, Ace Bats, as well for the intro. I definitely heard everything that you said. Yeah, you know,
it's a good one.
We're still in day one, but we got another game of Jet Set Radio Future Bingo for season 7. Hi, chat. Hello. All right, what do we got here? Well, let's look at the board. Actually, we should introduce the players first, I should say.
Oh yeah, we should do that probably. All right.
So, let's see. You introduce Bark the Mailman.
Cool.
And then I'll do team.
So we have our two. I'm trying to think of a way to describe them other than the people we stole from Bomb Rush Cyberpunk. We have Shovelclaws and Vane teaming as Bark at the Mailman or Bark at Mailmen on the layout because their team name is too long and did not fit on the layouts.
Boo, boo. And then we have Team Puma, which was already a team, but John decided to use it again.
They're back.
With, of course, John and a new player, Misk, who I'm very excited to see in this matchup.
Yeah, super exciting to have a couple pretty new players this season. Which, yeah, always exciting to have new people in the community learning how to play bingo. Alright, let me see if our players are ready to start. Looks like they are.
I've played a lot with Misk and all that, like, you know, because with our practice matches we have with John, Misk, Shovelclaws, and Vane. Misk is actually surprisingly pretty good at the game for how much he hasn't had as much experience as the rest of us. So this match is actually pretty even, and I honestly cannot tell you who will be like the winner for this series.
Yeah, I feel like our brand new players are always a bit of a wild card, because some of them, you know, really put in the time and get really good at the game and the strategy. And it's always super exciting to see that happen. So this will be our first game from Misk, and I'm excited to see what he's been working on. Alright, I am going to have our players start counting in, and then we can take a look at the board while players do that too. This is an interesting one. We've got Highway Zero Graffiti, our super quick graffiti, and a bunch of dark side stuff as well, which makes that appealing.
There's a little bit of defaults, yeah. I'd see that row 4 is kind of nasty.
It kind of is.
It's like it's a little bit quick if you can get the Sky Dino.
You have to win Shibuya Air 3 and Highway Zero Graffiti, which are both, you know, notoriously pretty contested squares when they're on the board. But
let's see what else is there. I mean, yeah, Kogane's kind of air. I mean, there's Sauna maybe, and then there's Cube, which is and also FRZ Graffiti. Yeah. Yeah. So I think this is going to be like a split between Benton and Shibuya probably. Maybe someone grabs the occasional point in RDH or something.
Yeah. All right. Players should be off any second now. There we go. All right. So we're definitely going to see some early Dark Side and maybe some early Shibuya. Yeah, it looks like we've got Vane and John both heading Shibuya early.
We got the split. Obviously, John is the #1 Shibuya fan, so of course he's going to go.
Of course.
And it's the gamble of who wants to face John in Shibuya, because it's always going to be very tough, because this is one of his strongest sort of areas.
Yeah, Vane and Shovel have been talking about their team as like Vayne is their very good technical player and Shovel is their very good strategic player. So in that matchup, you definitely want your good technical player heading to Shibuya first. Looks
Team
like
Puma
John gets it.
secure it. Yeah, securing the air 3. Here we go. It looks like John's in the lead to grab 100k. Miss grabbing entrance pillar.
All right.
I think they were rushing entrance pillar and then going to highway 0.
Yeah.
I think Shovel just skipped entrance pillar and just went straight for the sort of objectives in highway 0. There's trash pit and there's graffiti.
That's a good call from Shovel, because those 3 first squares that Puma marks set them up for some potentially really quick bingos, but Shovel getting the lead into Highway 0 is gonna just end that plan immediately.
And what's the plan after Highway 0? There's Sky Dino. There's like, I mean, there's only 2, and it's on the same row. So it's like, I mean, if they want to commit for this row 4, then I guess you do. But it looks like Misk is actually leaving Highway 0 or grabbing Trash Pit first.
I also do need to call attention to Bark at the Mailman's custom sprays. I saw them testing this out earlier.
Oh my god, that's sick.
They've got mailman sprays and then they're covering them with dog sprays.
Here we go. So, Bark of the Mailman getting their first score right here. Trix 55, Ikage.
Nice, yep. But Shovel already working on Highway 0 graffiti. Actually uncontested, maybe? Yeah,
it looks like Misk is
going for
leaving.
it.
I think Misk messed up the graffiti route and then just decided to take the loss there. And Shovel hasn't marked yet, so that's also an indicator of maybe you don't go for Highway 0 and just go for something else.
Yeah.
John actually grabbing Spawner.
A lot of the time, a lot of players have kind of shifted their priorities from, always going Highway 0 graffiti first to realizing that if there are a couple quick squares in Highway 0 and you grab those, like, it's a better use of your time a lot of the time. But we'll see how it plays out.
Wonder where Misk is going to go now. Going back, they do have this sort of column 2, row 2 type of shenanigans going on. Don't know if they will act on it. Well, John's going to bottom point. Maybe getting that Trix 50.
Misk
Maybe
does look
queued.
like he might be going back towards Highway 0 for that soda square. Although, if Shovel starts it, it'll be ahead.
Yeah. Let's see.
Rare
Vayne.
soda significant square. That's really fun.
And it's only, we're not even 5 minutes into the game. Come on, dog.
Come on. This has been fast also. Misk.
Failing at, oh, that's nice call from Misk. Or to get out, getting hit by cars.
Misk getting indecisive here, or maybe realizing that Shovel is likely to be in soda and ahead.
Yeah. I mean, this is a good block. I think you do have to block this from Shovel.
Yeah.
Like, Shovel has to block this
Oh,
with Soda.
for sure.
Even if it is timely.
Bark needs the square for sure. This is the most valuable square on the board, and it's soda? That's crazy.
Yeah. When does that ever happen, chat? And then Vayne going in. What's this? Going through Dogen, that's right. It's Dogen Air and then Special.
Yeah, there's John marking another part of that row 2 graffiti, or bingo rather, not graffiti. No graffiti there. And let's see.
It looks like Misk is heading to Sky Dino. Possibly,
there are
I think.
a couple quick things in Dino. There's a default and there's points, which is a pretty fast unlock.
It doesn't have any significance in objectives, at least. But
What's
I mean, it
Vayne
is easy.
going for? I mean, there are 2 Dogen souls and they're both in row 1. So I guess
I spin.
they might be going for a row 1 counter bingo, although that seems like it'll be a little tricky to get with Shovel all the way out in Darkside.
Yeah, they do have the tape for Hikage, so there is that slight advantage. So maybe they could make it work.
Yeah, John and Misk aren't particularly close to Hikage either. Although John is heading that way, so maybe they've got a chance at blocking that.
There's also the column 1 for Team Puma
This is
could
true.
also be a sort of thing. So maybe John just goes Chuo graffiti.
Yeah, having a graffiti would give them some bonus points too, and Chuo is probably faster than FRZ unless you majorly mess up Chuo.
Looking at the board, there's only one possible bingo that Bark of the Mailman can go for right now, I think.
Yeah.
I think everything else is blocked, so yeah, that's right. It seems it's safe now for Team Puma to go for that graffiti. They're also pretty ahead in just general board control.
Yeah.
Squares.
Although John heading into Chuo to start the graffiti does open up row 1 a little bit more. Although it'll require them to go get FRZ graffiti, which is tricky, but will give them some extra points that they probably need.
It'd be a bit awkward though because there's not that much in Kogane at the moment. Oh, but it's getting near close to the end of the game. It's only been 7 minutes.
We're speedrunning this, yeah.
There we go. Oh, Shovel Claws also heading into Chuo. Grabbing Cubby?
Grabbing
Interesting.
Cubby here is fun just for the mind games of it, right? Because if you're racing through Chuo graffiti and someone marks Cubby, that definitely startles you a little bit. Although Shovel's not gonna get it.
Yeah, John just rushed for it.
Yeah.
This is some mind games going on right now because John was just doing Chuo graffiti, but then just switched over to Cubby.
They're playing chess in dimensions I don't understand here.
Yeah, I'm not getting this either. Let's see. Misk heading back, going through garage. Let's see. Think about what is everyone's
stock
objective
image
right now.
Logos all over the graffiti are awesome.
Okay.
Oh,
It looks like they're co-oping graffiti on Bark the Mailman.
yeah.
I'm not sure. Maybe Misk is coming in. Oh no, Misk. Oh, that's right. Okay, Misk is probably heading over to FRZ. They're probably splitting this graffiti. So if they lose one, at least they can guarantee the other.
Misk also has the option here, because he's completely uncontested to do whatever he wants. He could just go bottom point, get cube, and then they could get that row 5 bingo potentially. Although I'm not sure if the timing works out quite well there.
Could go. I mean, at this point, there's the game is getting pretty late. It's gotta lock in those graffitis, I reckon.
Yeah, it's definitely graffiti time. But Puma have abandoned Chuo graffiti. Misk heading into FRZ. Maybe they see that row 1 bingo.
Oh yeah, that's right. And then I think that's it, right? Yeah, so there's the row 1 threat, and then there's the row 5 threat, and then that's pretty much it in terms of any other bingos.
Everything else is pretty much blocked off.
Basically just a points game at this point.
Yeah.
But this does mean that Darkside is sort of alone now. And it's anyone's time to go into Darkside if they need to.
Yeah. I mean, I think we're gonna see either we're gonna see Puma go into Darkside to get that row 5 bingo, or we're gonna see Bark go into Darkside to deny that bingo is how it's gonna go. But we'll see what happens once this Chuo graffiti is finished, which should be right about now.
There we go. Oh, look at that counter. I love all the new sort of graphics interface stuff.
Yeah.
With this season, it's very awesome.
Ace cooked so hard on all of this.
I love this season. I've said this before, but this is the quality of life season. It seems like.
Yeah.
We're we're getting a bunch of stuff that just makes it feel better to play and watch as well.
Yeah,
the viewers
for sure.
know a lot more just about like what's happening.
Yeah, no, there's lots more information for everyone, lots of nice quality of life stuff, and next season it's gonna get even better.
I'm so excited. Like, look, you can see that Shovel has the tape icon.
Yeah,
So then
we can track Puma's progress on FRZ Graffiti as they co-op it.
also shows the time that they've been in as well. I think after 15 seconds,
I think
is
it's
it 15
or
30?
I think it's at this point a full minute, but
That's a full minute. Okay,
Yeah.
I couldn't remember. I remember we had some. We're doing some like testing with it.
it was 30 seconds while we were testing it. But yeah, we'll see it pop up for Shovel in just a second. So Puma are very likely to get this FRZ Graffiti, although Vayne is entering FRZ right now, which is unfortunate timing for her.
Yeah, this is definitely going to be blocked unless there's some catastrophic, like PC exploding moment that's going to happen.
Misk is leaving FRZ, which means that Vayne is no longer racing two people, which is a little bit helpful for her, but I don't think it's going to make that much of a difference.
Yeah, that's
Shovel
right. Like
heading up to Dark Side also to clean up over there.
Yeah, blocking that row 5.
Yeah, which is good. They do need to make sure that they don't get bingoed on. Let's see. It's 16 points to win, assuming that Bark does not miraculously get this FRZ Graffiti, which, you know, is technically possible. I'm not gonna rule it out completely. But
It is possible.
technically possible.
Almost impossible, but possible.
It could happen. What is Miss going for cube? Nice.
I think so. Probably. I mean, it's probably the safest square to get because, you know, they want. I think they want to get as many squares as they can on Bark the Mailman, and you know.
Yeah, for sure.
What do they need? They need. Oh, I'm thinking about. Well, they need 3 points to win. If you're cool like me, you also count in squares.
Yeah.
So they need 11 squares to win right now. If
Bark-
this graffiti doesn't get marked.
Bark needs either the graffiti or to go get cube to win this.
I'm just looking at.
Oh
what
wait,
is
never
happening
mind.
on
I
this screen?
am looking at the wrong thing. They can win without cube. They need Kibo and SDPP, and that will just barely win it.
There we go.
Which-
It was a good start for Puma, but then as the game goes on, those two graffitis actually did help tide the win in their
Yeah.
favor.
This looked like it was going to Puma pretty solidly, although Vayne and Shovel know how to figure out how many points they need to win, and they're really using that to find all the win conditions they can find.
There we go. So now it's even on both teams. They both need 2 squares to win.
They need 2 squares to win, but Shovel and Vayne are uncontested in areas with squares.
Yeah. It looks like this is it. Shovel's going to grab SDPP Air 4. And then... Oh, but then... Wait a minute. If John can get the sickest Boogie Warp...
This is true. A
Maybe
good
this
Boogie
is-
Warp could save Puma.
But it's always when it's in matches, that's when it gets patched out of the game, it seems.
Yep. Although John is... Never mind. I was gonna say John is usually pretty consistent at it, but... I don't know, maybe the match nerves are getting to him. Or maybe
Tell you
it's
right
just
now,
a
that angle
pretty precise trick.
was bad. Oh,
Yep.
Here we go. Oh,
Oh,
let's go. Boogie Warp.
Boogie Warp.
Boogie Warp, my video game. Oh my god.
Whoa.
You almost got launched out of the map.
Nice. Yeah, that was potentially catastrophic. But Vayne already has the tape.
Yeah, a really big head start.
Yep. Misk is in cube, which is an objective that's
It's
on the
still-
board.
Still in cube.
Something he could do, I guess.
This is a close game. Like, it started off with Puma, I think, having 5 squares before. It was, what was it? It was like 4 or 5 squares before Barker the Mailman scored 1. And it's like, you never know, chat. Like, don't look at the real estate of the squares and think that it's over. There's always a comeback.
There's always another way that you can bring it back.
You gotta stay
Alright.
cool, calm, and collected.
Vane's about to take it,
Here we go. Where's John? Oh, hold on.
but
John.
Does-
Oh, I was gonna say John was trying to stall launch to Tricks, which would have been insane.
that would have been... I mean, hey, if you're in Puma's position, you've got to do whatever you can think of to get to this last square. But Vane's right there.
That's some respect right there. And that is game. GG. Good job,
GGs.
Barker the Mailman.
Oh, that was a crazy one. Here, let's
That was nice. You know what? That was a good game.
get that
GGs.
score indicator updated. Come on, graphics, do your thing. I hit the wrong button. There we go. Oh, cool. Okay. Yeah, that was a crazy one. I really thought that was gonna go to Puma.
Yeah, oh man, this was what I love about bingo, is that there's so much that can just happen so quickly, and then you're just like, what? Like,
Yeah.
you thought for sure.
And I mean, that just goes to show how evenly matched these teams are.
That's what I was saying before. It's like, you know, these teams have been like practicing as well, like in their off time, and they've both gotten pretty good at like reading their movements and stuff, and just like just playing well with each other.
Yeah, these
It has become even. It's like it usually is all about just getting that nice execution. I feel like both teams have pretty good strategy.
Yeah, these are two very well practiced teams, and two teams with people who really understand bingo strategy. Alright, I think we're gonna get going on this next board. Players are gonna have a
Alright.
minute to look, but we can already see it.
There we go. Center of dark, first square, or in the middle square,
Yeah,
center square. Yeah, you know that one. That one.
only one graffiti this time, so we'll see less of that. But not that much Shibuya, which, you know, puts
Yeah.
John in a difficult position.
John is crying right now.
Poor John. Lots of Kibo, lots of bottom point, lots of very
Who's there?
scattered dark side. Not a lot of like quick stuff.
Yeah, you definitely go like Benton, FRZ in this one, but it's like, yeah, there's nothing here that really shouts out like a lot of quick souls, I don't think.
The stuff in Shibuya
Compared to-
is pretty quick for what it's worth. Like, there's not much there, but the stuff that is there is pretty fast.
It is fast, but I feel like it's not as important right now, I guess, like to grab instantly.
Yeah.
I'm looking at, there's like the diagonal, there's like the top left, bottom right diagonal.
Oh.
That's a possible thing that they could do. It's only one person goes Shibuya, one person goes dark side, grabs those.
Alright, we've got Vane going Shibuya, John and Misk not going Shibuya. So Vane is going to be uncontested to a lot of quick things. She can go for Hikage Center, she can get the Shibuya unlocks, she's got Chuo south of Hayashi. So that's like, that's like 4 points immediately for Vane.
They do lose the center square though.
They
which
do.
might be a key factor in this game. Only time will tell.
Yeah, 4 points isn't everything for sure. Especially kind of trading off. Puma is uncontested in dark side, which is also very good for them.
Yeah, I feel like being alone in dark side, I feel like it's a little bit better than Shibuya. I like the placement of the squares.
Yeah, having center square is good. This also, if they really want, Misk can then go into Kogane and they can rush column 3 right up the middle. which, yeah, with John and FRZ, that makes that more possible, although Shovel being in Kogane too will potentially challenge that.
That's right. Let's see what else. I think Miss is having some trouble getting out of Dark Side, it seems.
Happens.
Saw them.
Alright, Misk is going
There we go.
further into Dark Side, so this is not a column 3 rush. But this lets Misk be uncontested to lots of good things. They're a little slower than the things that Vayne is uncontested to in Shibuya, but, you know, they've both got options.
Heading to Highway 0 for Misk. John is still in the sewers going to Kibo. I don't know if he went into Kibo by accident.
Happens.
It does happen.
What
But it
is
looks
there
like
in
it's
Kibo?
for real.
Interesting.
Special upper platform and points.
That does still look like a column 3 rush. Although maybe they're threatening column 3 to force Bark into bottom point, but getting forced into bottom point isn't that big a deal early, because it's the only graffiti on the board and it's a pretty quick one.
Well, that is true.
Yeah, and Claus is already there.
You could either ignore the graffiti, because I mean, losing one graffiti isn't too bad as long as you don't lose it into a bingo. Because then you can always substitute it for just one more square.
Yeah, this column 3 threat, Bark kind of has to respond to, but also responding to it doesn't really disadvantage them. Especially on a board like this with not that many, like, super quick things, an early, faster graffiti route is especially advantageous.
Here we go. John trying to do the points unlock, but did not do enough Y tricks. Silly John.
Happens. Yeah, what's John going for in Kibo? He's got points and special. Both
And upper
two-
platform.
Oh, upper platform too, you're so right. Yeah, those are some... those are kind of a commitment for this early in the game, although I guess if you're getting 3 things, that's a little better.
It's not too bad. Like with the... Yeah, but I guess they're not going for the column 3 anymore. So it's like...
Yeah.
Unless they're baiting for the... I don't know. We'll see how it goes. Misk
Yeah.
is doing Highway 0 special, I think. There is also the column 2 as
There
well,
is.
maybe. I see every team's got like a column that they're going towards right now.
Yeah. Yeah, Vaden picks up SDPP grind. Shovel is in bottom point doing graffiti and could go get tricks.
It's halfway through. Yeah, look at that. They got the possible column 1
Yeah.
for the mailman.
From what I've seen in practice games, Bark is generally pretty pro, like, really pushing for bingos. Especially, you know, on boards like this where there aren't really other good ways of getting quick points. So it'll be interesting to see kind of what they commit to.
Sometimes those bingos can usually harm them because they're too, like, what's the word when you focus on something too much?
When you, like, tunnel in on something?
Tunnel vision.
Yeah.
Like the tunnel vision on bingos.
How
which
many
can,
commentators does it take to remember one common phrase? Alright, let's see. We've got Shovel in... Nope, Shovel is in bottom point. I was going to say Shovel's in SDPP, which is false. Vayne is in SDPP. John also in bottom point, and Misk exiting Highway 0.
Let's see. John did grab points 50 in
Yeah.
oh, not points 50, trick 50.
So that denies
Just a-
column 1. Bark technically could go for column 5 if they wanted. But it's definitely a little less appealing for them. I think, yeah, John could pretty correctly guess that Shovel is in bottom point, because it hasn't marked anything in 4 minutes. So John isn't even trying on that. Which
Yeah.
is the correct read there.
Seventh Day's asking, how viable is the column 2? I mean,
If
it could work,
Vayne just
possibly.
goes Chuo Cubby right here, she will be ahead pretty significantly to it, which makes it a little difficult. Misk will
It's also south of
definite-
Hayashi.
Yeah, Chuo is not a bad area to be in.
Oh, but you see Shovel going for, I assume it's FRZ Tricks 100, and then they're gonna get the
South of Hayashi.
Vayne. She's gonna grab south of Hayashi, setting up again for that column 5.
John is also in
And
FRZ though.
Ooh, Miss going for the Jazz race.
Let's go Jazz.
So maybe they're thinking.
Yeah, they're both kind of going for column bingos here, although Puma is definitely losing column 2 because Vayne is the only person in Chuo, and FRZ Tricks is going to be close. I think Shovel's a little
Oh yeah,
ahead,
this
but
is kind of close. It's possible. Maybe Shovel, it will like drop its controller or something. you
Yeah.
know?
Computer explosions, always an option. You never know how it's going to go. Alright, so there's column 2 blocked. There's
We
Tricks
have-
100
yeah.
unlocked for Shovel, but it'll be unlocked for John in just a second. Alright, Shovel
Ooh.
could fall and miss it, but otherwise...
Looks like it secures 100 tricks.
Alright, so now, who can get to SDPP first? Misk finishing up Jazz Race right now is good timing for him.
Yeah, that is like, that's some action movie stuff right there.
Yeah,
Like just right on time. Like I'm on my way.
yeah. Puma kind of need this, because Bark is ahead by, 4 points at this point? Bark wins without even going for this bingo. They just need 2 other squares on the board.
Yeah, like, and what is it? Puma needs 6 squares. Oh my god,
Yeah.
that is tragic.
Yeah, if
It's such a hard game.
if Puma can contest the squares that Vayne and Shovel are going for and snipe them enough, like they've got a chance. It's not over, but it's definitely
it's technically
tricky.
not over. It's really hard though. At this point, it's like you have to basically guess where your opponent's gonna go and basically outmatch them.
Yeah. Misk is ahead to SDPP, which is a good position for Puma to be in. And you know, we were saying last game, like this is gonna be hard to come back from, and then Bark did it. So you know, it's really too early to call.
They can lose one more, like they can lose a square on the board, but they still need 6.
Yeah, they can lose 1 square.
But it's a bit rough because everyone is in different places.
Yep.
Like
Yeah,
Vayne, she's in Dogen. Shovel
uncontested
is in
to 2 squares is gonna
What
win
the
it
hell
for
is this?
Bark.
What is this weight strats? Get this out of my bingo game. Boo.
Boo.
What is this? Being optimal. Boo.
Boo! Boo! I'm the one who's
Okay.
marking the game wins. don't piss me off.
Yeah, this is unfortunately, it looks like, well, I mean, depending on who you're reading for. Unfortunately, looks like Team Buck is going to be grabbing the win for this.
Yeah. Bark going for 2 squares that John and Misk are like far from and not likely to kind of immediately turn to is ultimately gonna win them the game. Going
It
for
turns out that
unappealing
Shibuya,
squares.
turns out Shibuya actually was a good part in this match.
Yeah. The
me
squares they
wrong.
got from Shibuya were good. Yeah, I think Bark mostly just played this very well. From what I've seen from their practice games, Shovel in particular is very good at calling where it needs to be, what it needs to do to respond to opponent strategies. Shovel's just very solid on the strategic parts of Bingo, which is a really good thing to have on a team.
Yeah, I mean, you can be good at getting squares and playing well in Bingo, but it doesn't really matter if you're not sort of Bingo smart and being able to think on the fly and change your strategies. And
Yeah.
Shovel is very good at doing that, very good at responding to those types of threats and opportunities that come in JSRF Bingo.
For sure. Yeah, I feel like the strategy involved in Bingo is also one of the harder things to learn as a new player, right? Like, there are routes you can learn movement tech. Learning to call the strategies that you need to put into action to win is much harder to teach yourself.
Looks like John called GG.
Oh, I don't have the board open. Yeah. Here. That is a mathematical win. So let me increment the score. Alright, so that is going to be a win for Bark. Yeah, that was exciting. Those matches were pretty close.
Yeah, I like that a lot. It was like, once again, I just said that, you know, you never know who's gonna win with these two teams. So I was very excited to actually get through 2-0. Sad that we couldn't get a game 3, but
Those are also,
you know, congratulations.
those were fast games.
They were fast games. Like that first game in particular, they were grabbing so many squares so quickly.
Here, I'm gonna invite players to talk, because I have to move them into our quiz call. Here, let's get some gamers in here. Alright, we got Vane, we got Shovel, we got Misk, and we got John. Hello, gamers.
Oh,
Yo,
oh,
yo,
hello.
GG's,
Hello, everyone.
GG's.
GG.
Oh,
I
man.
think we can all say that I certainly did the best out of everybody.
You played well.
You,
No.
you certainly
I-
played Bingo.
Yeah, I did
I
objectively
fucking
do
love
that,
bingo.
yeah.
That's
Yes.
All right.
Man.
Well,
Okay.
well played. It was fun. That was some crazy bingo in the first match, dude. Oh my god.
Yeah. No, sewer skip broke me.
What do you mean by that? There's no there.
We're not playing any percent here.
Were you...
You mean climbing?
The sewers
I missed
climb.
sexy fish like 20 times.
Oh, that's not sewers skip.
Oh. Oh, yeah,
Understandable.
yeah. It, yeah.
Yep.
No explanations, no more words.
I don't even remember bottom point being on that first board. I'm not gonna lie.
I don't remember anything, to be quite frank with you.
Happens.
Hey, Shovel, I have a question.
Yeah.
First game,
bad.
I saw that you skipped Entrance Pillar in favor of Highway Zero Graffiti.
Forgot it was there. Just forgot.
forgot it was
I just forgot.
Wow, okay, we thought you were playing some like Mega Mind
Nope.
games.
Nope. Nope. I just forgot it. I think the original plan was me get Entrance Pillar and then go Sky Dino, and then I saw Entrance Pillar get marked. I was like, oh man, this sucks.
Anytime
just
I'm
pivoted
going
highway.
outside with Entrance Pillar on the board, there like 9 times out of 10 in any practice game, I've just not gotten it. It just,
Unfortunately,
I do not perceive it.
It likes
the
to
weed
hide.
mites get to us. I think.
I mean, it ended up working in your favor. You know, you ended up doing Highway Zero pretty quickly.
Yeah, no, I'm honestly actually really happy with that first game, because we had a pretty terrible opening, like early game. Like Vane got sniped to 3 out of the 4 things she went to, I think.
Yeah.
But we managed to really claw it back in the mid game, and literally earlier today I was like, Vane, do you want to practice mid game stuff? I feel like we struggle with it sometimes. So going into this match, I was like, ooh, I hope we can figure out stuff in mid game, and we did. So. It was.
It was looking a bit scary, but it was like we were very surprised when we saw like the sort of comeback going on. Like, wow, look at these gamers.
Bingo is so fun when
Miss.
you have to claw back like that. It's good. I like it.
Misk, this is your first game on the main stage of JSRF Bingo. How do you feel?
Well, you think you know Bingo until you actually play a real game of it. And I feel that I need to practice a lot more.
For what it's worth, you played pretty well. The first game we were like, oh, Puma's got this
the first
for sure.
game I did a lot better. Second game, there's some Highway Zero panic as I realized I didn't have enough cans to get special. And I had to remember, man, where are the cans in the market area?
Classic.
Yeah.
It happens.
You were, from our perspective, you were marking squares. So
Okay, well,
not everybody can say this.
Not everyone can say this. It's true.
Yeah. No, GG's everyone. Those were some really solid games.
Yeah,
we had lots of very good
everyone.
games today.
Yep.
Bingo.
I
is so cool.
was gonna say this. I was gonna say this during the first match today, but then the Shibuya graffiti incident of 2025 occurred. But I feel like this season, a lot of these teams are already very strong, so we're gonna see like a lot of wild matches, I think, this season, and I'm excited for it.
Yeah, especially excited to see what happens once our couple of new players have done a couple more proper matches. Halfway through the season, everyone usually gets pretty locked in.
Yeah,
Make sure to practice, everyone.
Yeah,
Always John's coming after you.
Do your practice games.
But something, go donate to the Ko-fi for Word Wild Bingo. Yay!
Yay! Yeah.
bingo categories.
Thank you, gamers, for gaming. Thank you, chatters, for chatting. There will be more bingo next week. It isn't scheduled yet, but you can join our Discord or follow the bracket spreadsheet that is in chat somewhere to get notified when our next matches will be. There we go. Bracket's in there now. Thank you, Ace Bats. And our Ko-Fi is linked also if you would like to throw us a couple of dollars. I will say our production got crazy this season, which means it also got more expensive if you would like to help us pay for servers and file storage and all sorts of fun stuff like that. And also fun things like voice acting. Yeah. I think that's all I have to say. Also, Miku, thank you for commentating with me. You killed it.
Ooh, love bingo.
I'm excited to watch this one back.
Yeah.
I can't wait to see you guys shit on us for the early games.
Put a sticky
then...
note on the position on my feed.
Right. I'm going to open the Windows magnifier glass and only have it on your screen. I hope this helps.
Misk Vision.
And also, I'm DMing you with a list of every mistake you made, so it haunts you forever.
I'm putting it on the billboard.
All right.
If you donate to the Ko-Fi, I'm buying a billboard.
I'll read it before I go to sleep every night.
Yeah.
All right, I think that's going to be it
Well
from
played.
us.
This one.
Good night, chat. Good night, gamers.
Good night. Good night. See you next week. Please,
Let's go.
please
bingo.
come back. Follow the stream.